head gasket. It's nice and thick. Head gasket material. Non-smudge aluminum. That's the key part. There it goes. That's how thick it is. I got a job for you, dude. Cylinder cleaning. We don't have time to do this in track, so it goes on dirty. So there's the finish. See the marks in there. Still got the hole on top. See, it's probably the rings have to seal under high pressure, so it doesn't matter too much, does it? Alright, so let me close my lid up and heat that. You gotta take off the old head gaskets. If you have time. If you don't have time, don't worry about it. All this stuff is optional. That's good. It's gonna wear it out.
Yeah.
I think that's the third can. I think that's the third can I've had in 25 years.
The bowl's going to fall through.
I still have about 8, 10 more of those. Got a lifetime supply.
Okay.
Okay, you got the little assembly lid in the cylinder. Not a lot, just a little bit. Just a little thin layer is all you need. We'll put a little bit on the piston too before we slam it all the way down. Okay, now we got to take our gasket cinch. I kept my special thick one out. Let's see if it's too thick to use. Oh, it's just getting broken in. Oh yeah, that's perfect consistency for race bike stuff. We have the extra thick. That means it's been sitting on the workbench for an extra 6 months now. Yeah, that's perfect. Fills in the voids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, we can put 2 layers on there. Yeah, you gotta make sure you put this on correctly. Try not to put it on your piston rings either when you flip it over. Yeah, it's like it's made for it. We'll use this for the intakes too. We don't want to use this extra thin stuff, it's too new. Let's see, we need some on here though too. Yeah, perfect. Okay, this goes on that and then shoves down.
Yeah. I hope so.
Make sure the ring gaps aren't all in the same spot. Figure out what the ring gaps are, it helps too. Oh, there they are over there. Yeah, it's close enough. I don't get too carried away with it. I need a ring compressor too, as you can tell. Now those are stock Harley rings there too. Those aren't racing rings. But that's what happens if you have a really smooth cylinder. So not a lot of drag.
No.
I use a little stainless AN wash underneath my cylinders for racing.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to tighten them more than regular bikes, and I use them. They're on and off a lot. These nuts have been probably on and off at least 200 times over the years. Let's see, the other two are on the other side, and we need a wrench. This is the official torque wrench for Harley's race bikes. Okay. See, now it wants to shift. Before it didn't want to. Hide here. See how the cylinder's lubed now? See oil deposit up in there?
Mm-hmm. Tight.
Yeah, not super tight, but tight. If you watch the wrench, it's flexing a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you know it's tight. Now you wipe off the excess oil as it comes up. Like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you see if you're on the high compression or low compression stroke. Take a little bit of oil on the piston down there. I get a little carried away with it putting it in there, see?
Mm-hmm.
Wipe that off.
Yeah.
It's very important you get the piston in the correct direction. So a valve pocket goes toward the intake,
Yeah.
not the exhaust. It's pretty rare that you would have a valve pocket on the exhaust. Okay, now you look at your lifters here and see if you're in the overlap or
Yeah.
if you're on top dead center. So see how the lift is going up and down still? We're top dead center. Do not adjust your valves like this. Make sure they're both all the way down. And see the piston's moving, but the fingers aren't. So that's what you want to be. Now you notice I defaced the finish on my wheel. Jeez. I can't show it now. Damn. Okay, now we got this is setting up. So we have to goop this up, paint this, paint that, goop that, bolt it, slam it, bang it, put it all together. And we got to put all these push rods up in there too before you do it. You have to do it beforehand. These are already pre-adjusted. Being an iron head, they don't move much when you put them in. These are nothing different. So this is the official racing paint job here. It's drying. Make sure you don't get anything on your piston. I have no heat coating on the piston, so we use paint. I didn't get any on the dome, did I? No, good. You'd be surprised how long that's still on there if you make it run.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to wipe off the paint that might be in the cylinder, because that is kind of important. So we'll take it down a little bit. Be very careful that you don't take it off the sealing surface. On my cylinder, that lip on the top is a sealing surface.
Yeah.
The head gasket surface is not the sealing surface.
Okay.
Some of it is, but most of it is not. You make sure the valves are all the way down again. So see the valves are all the way down. So now we get the goop onto the intake. Ooh, got all kinds of it on there now. I'm really concerned about around the port area, not the rest of it. That's some good stuff. Look at that. That's good shit. Can't buy that at Pet Boys. Chunkle. So that's well-used gasket seriously. It's probably about the last of that can. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move the piston down a little bit further so I got room to work. Makes it come on and off easier.
Yeah.
Now we have push rods here. That would be the intake. This would be the exhaust. Gotta make sure your seals are down there where they belong. Now this one doesn't like to stay up, that one will stay up. We'll get our head bolts over here. Make sure they're halfway clean. These have to go in first. You make sure the washers are below the rocker box. Otherwise they get tangled up in the rocker box. See right here?
Yeah.
It's a lot easier that way. Okay, so this is heavy and precisionally laid over here. Make sure the push rod's in the right spot. So they're free to turn. Okay, where's my torque wrench at? You go all the way down, you just bring them down about almost all the way. See how they come out, go in a little bit easier than they did coming out?
Yeah.
I'm not fighting the valves like I was. You got a few 100 pounds of valve spring tension on your bolts, they don't like coming out. Okay, just kind of jiggle the bolt, let it sit where it wants to. I don't have a lot of clearance in my top end, so it pretty much goes where it wants to. So just lightly bring these in. 2 foot-pounds of torque on there, that's probably about 8 or 10 right there pretty quickly. You take your torque wrench, use an X torque pattern. So you go 1, 2, cross, 3, 4. I don't care which way you cross it. And you go and get the intake manifold on here, but I still got time to do it. Remember, the goo is drying up. Now when it's 110 degrees outside in the sun, it dries really, really fast. Like about as soon as you put it on, it's dry. Just put light torque on these to get them started. Roughed in there. Alright. Put a little more torque on these now. How much torque was that?
The right amount.
That's what I thought. About that much. The torque on those. Okay. We're all back together now.
Yeah.
This one got a little snug, see? Yep, there it goes.
Yeah.
It's got a high spot in the push rod cup.
Okay.
Freeing it up. A little bit of dirt got in there probably. Now right now we're not on top dead center and we don't have this in yet. This does make a difference when you put this big thing in there. You make sure you put your bolts in there. So this is cut away to fit down inside the stock rocker box, and we have a bigger diameter up here for more support. This has to go in before the rest of it. So these are all cut away to fit the rocker box too, flat on top. Different combinations, I have different bolts and spacers I use for different applications. Let's see, quarter drive. Nope, that ain't the right one. Go ahead and get these all started first. Find your bolt.
motor mount board.
Make sure it goes in before you tighten it.
Yeah.
See, I'm only going that far yet, so. Everything's made to work on it quickly.
Yeah.
Torque wrench. Torque wrench. Now these you don't want to torque them too much, but you got to torque them enough to hold the motor together.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of drag on that. Nice thick ass washer and that. Three-quarter. Now you want to make sure you don't over torque this. So if it's moving, it's not torqued enough.
That's enough.
Is that tight?
I think so.
It didn't fall off, did it? See that changed?
Yeah.
Got tighter, see?
Yeah.
Okay, now we gotta get a top dead center. So we need a Phillips screwdriver for the spark plug hole over there.
Mm-hmm.
Right here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We're in gear. So we're near top center, but we're not quite there. See how far my wrench comes out of the hole? Most street bikes are way down here, how much they come out of the hole, because I pop it up in the head real hard.
Yeah.
You can also see the piston right there, because it's not very far away. Now we go and check our valves. The exhaust is definitely tight for some reason. Intake is nice and free like it's supposed to be. So that's unusual for me to change my torque very much. Doesn't easily happen. Let's see, I should be able to use a 7/16. Let's see if we can even move it. Nope. Doesn't surprise me because I tied them up pretty good. Official tools.
Washing pins.
Now, unlike Evils, I have a lot of room to work in my valves.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to unloosen it. I also have a special cut down one here that might get in further, but usually it doesn't on this application. So you loosen them both together.
Mm-hmm.
We tighten the one side a little bit, and then we tighten them both together. It's definitely a free spin, no drag on it anymore. But I have no clearance up and down in it either. I can't feel any clearance. So technically that's probably a little tight still.
Yeah.
Get just a tick more of it, that was it. Okay, now the intake. leave it. The push rods and the ball cups are still wearing each other because I can push it and jam it and lock up the push rod. So, because these are top fuel Hemi push rods.
Yeah.
They're blanks that I made to fit. See, right now it's real tight on the turn.
Yeah.
But if you don't put the side load on, it's free spinning.
Mm-hmm.
So the cups are not the same shape. The push rod ball is different than what the cup and the rocker is.
Okay.
Because I'm mixing car and automotive, car and motorcycle.
Yeah.
Because I had to, because these are this much longer than normal. So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't check to make sure my rubbers are still up in there.
See nothing fall out.
I didn't see them fall out, but
Mm-hmm.
there used to be a flashlight in there somewhere.
Outside.
Usually check that stuff beforehand. Are you stealing my washer?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still in there. Still gotta put this on yet too.
Mm-hmm. Probably has a longer run then.
Yeah, just custom made. I made sure it's long enough to go way up in there too. I don't really care if I lose oil pressure going on the track, but I care if it shuts me off in the starting line because it's got an oil leak. It's one thing about when you're in dirt, it hides the oil and also shows the oil, so it depends on how much it is.
Yeah.
It'll hide the leak real quick because it covers up with mud, but if it's too much, it'll leave a nice trail. It's kind of a catch-22 on that one. Kind of like my fuel pump leaks. It goes down the battery and drips down the ground. We don't care. Doesn't matter. Not like it's going to burn or anything. Might warm the tire up a little bit, maybe. Until the oil rings swell up, they leak a little bit. Okay, now we got our covers. So push those up. Make sure they're all the way up in the hole up in there. And mine are different lengths. See how they're different?
Yep.
I put maximum tension on them so they stay in. See, I get almost 3/4 of the length of it.
Mm-hmm.
That makes them hard to come out too. The width of the screwdriver is all there's room for to cover between that and inside. So you just leverage it up like that, push it right in, slides in like a shoehorn. Then you rotate the covers back and forth, both top and bottom together.
Mm-hmm.
Centers up the O-rings, gets any dirt crap out. And they usually stay put.
Let's hope so.
So now we got, this is all tight, this is all done. We're still in gear right now. We haven't finished the other side yet. So what haven't we done over there?
The oil lines, spark
That's right.
plug.
The oil lines. And the spark plug. And we're in gear. Now I set in high gear. I don't push down to go fast and I pull up to go slow.
Mm-hmm.
Fast down, slow up. Backwards. That's how race bikes are. Screw around. Not leaking anything. Makes it easier. I like the clear lines so I can see the oil flow.
Mm-hmm.
The inspectors don't like the clear lines because they think they're going to break. I tell them I don't care. Either way they drain, so what's the difference?
What do they want? Solid?
They want stainless steel and everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Worst lines in the world with stainless steel. Stupid things split, leak, and do all kinds of things.
Yeah.
And make you bleed when you work on the bike. See, this is stainless up here for my nitrous and brakes.
Yeah.
But it's all coated. It's all clear coated. So here's the nitrous line. So it's all clear coated.
Yeah.
So it doesn't eat up everything. See, my frame's not eating up. My oil pumps or fuel pump's not eating up.
Mm-hmm.
If that was just raw stainless, the whole thing would be eaten up. See, this one goes along the top of the motor down
Yeah.
here, and see, there's no damage anywhere.
No.
So if it's not coated, you have all kinds of damage. Now these you can't over torque them, they spin in the head and get loose.
Yeah.
Just that much. Sparking plug. See, it's just getting broken in. You knock off the molten aluminum and put it back in. That's how you do it. I actually replaced that here about 3 years ago. So,
What's that? NGK?
spark plug, yeah. It's the first new one I put in about 10 years.
NGK. Okay.
So now we have sparking. So this side's done except for jetting changes. Now we gotta go on the other side and put the exhaust system on.
Yep.
We didn't do that yet. But I'm gonna leave that off because I gotta do a gearing change. I gotta put more gear on it. So we'll do that tomorrow. It makes it a lot easier to do the gearing change when you don't have exhaust pipe in there.
Yeah.
The motor's all back together at this point.
Yeah. Pretty.
Pre-lube it. I didn't check the oil either. I probably should have. Oh well. I've got fresh nitro oil for it. Turn on the fuel pump. Sucks the oil pan dry. See all the air?
Yeah.
That might not be stock either. Let's see, I didn't check to see what kind of nitro is in this thing. Probably should have done that before I cranked it, but still looks black, that's a good sign. Oh, that looks good, nice and dirty. Looks like that, black.
Okay.
It's got the Tribodyne in there.
Okay. Yeah.
We're doing a nitro test to see what happens with nitro.
2050.
So we'll see what we got here for nitro. See if it's clean, I'll put it back in because I'm cheap. The water coming out's bad. It's oil,
Yep.
clean oil. Nice and not contaminated, no.
Hmm.
We're running that again. Tribodyne's saving me money already.
Which oil is that again? 2050?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the thickest they make?
Yeah. Nice dark color. Yeah.
Yeah. Junk in there.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't even smell like nitro. Still very, very oily still. Yeah, I don't even smell a nitro. That's shocking. How much nitro goes through this motor, it's easy the oil is full of it. Yeah, that's good. It's like brand new oil. That's good. That was unexpected.
Hmm.
That's big deal. It's already, actually usually I got to dump the oil after every run basically.
Okay.
I'm going to dump it in here every run too. I'm going to put it right back in. Close enough. Good stuff.
Some, yeah, surely is.
Now if it only make my bike go faster. Well, we didn't see any more wear on the piston at least. That's a plus.
Yeah.
That had a maximum at 50 weight. I had it when I seized the piston. So. But that's good oil too. So. I'm not blaming that on the piston or the oil. I mean, it's just when you run an unknown combination, you're putting a lot of raw fuel in the motor, and it pretty much fuel washes the whole damn motor out. So.
Okay.
So I used about 1.33 gallons, 1.25 on my first pass up there on a 1.3 mile run, so fuel economy's great. And on the second pass, I only put about 1 gallon in it, so I cut down on how much I was dumping into the motor. so that's better. But with the, if I put the nitrous on it and hook that up and make a pass with that, I'll probably use over 1.5 gallons of nitro on my run when I do nitrous. It'll be pouring it in there.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
fuel is horsepower. You can burn it. If it keeps burning, you'll make more power. Because the nitro and the nitrous have oxygen in them. The more you put in it, the faster you go. That's
Yeah.
all it is to it. You just have to fire it. That's why I got that real hot ignition in here to fire off just about anything. It'll put out a nice spark about that long. It actually does multiple sparks. It'll cranking speed. About 7 of them come out. You can see. There's videos of that going. All right, so the motor's pretty well, except for the exhaust pipe. It could be back ready to light off right now, but we gotta go ahead and do some jet change out the gearing. The battery's charging right now. Somebody was cranking on it. So what time is it? 11 o'clock. So that was an hour and 18 minutes. Rebuild. Kind of slow.
Yeah. You're losing your touch.
Well, at least I don't hone them and I don't talk about it. And I'm in a hurry. I do it quicker. So easy to take out another piston, another cylinder, slam back on, put it back together. You don't put no goop on anything. You got to put the head gasket and the intake goop on, but none of the other stuff you have to do. It doesn't matter if it leaks. And you don't care about the oil. As long as there's something, as long as the light goes out, and if the light doesn't go out, we still run. We don't care. And I'm not going to not run because the light's on. Screw that. We're making a pass. So, but anyway, it goes pretty quickly, as you can tell.
Yeah.
All right, so we're good to go. We'll work on it some more tomorrow.
Okay.
That's it.